Time for some history, dog.
Shit this year in history. I was looking on the UK #1 singles in the world at the time, right? The US had some. It's a nice little tune. I can't remember what it is, but it's a nice little tune. And then we had our #1 single on the day of this week's event happening was called something like The Legend of Xandu.
Oh yeah.
It's like some rock and roll song with like Mexican guitar and space lasers,
like Scientology's theme track.
Yeah, it was fucking wild. Which makes me think that we were like, I reckon the UK population wise, a higher percentage of us were on more drugs than the US were.
Yeah, probably.
Even though they're known for the 60s and the drugs and
well, this is like the age where they just started getting into it, isn't it?
Yeah, 68. If you think about it, like the Summer of Love is 69, so a year after is when hippies are cool. Before these are like the proto hipster hippies.
Yeah, I got some sick hippie facts actually.
Oh, well, it's a great year for hippies, isn't it? Welcome back to Browsing History, by the way.
Yeah, welcome back. It's 1968.
Ooh, we're all along the Watchtower up in here. Also came out the Hendrix cover this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It was his debut this year as well.
Was it 68?
Yeah.
What a gangster. Is it the same? It's not the same year he did Woodstock, or is that 69?
Woodstock must be 69, yeah.
It's got to be right.
End of the age.
Yeah.
Because then they tried it again in the 70s and the Hells Angels fucked everything up, didn't they?
Yeah, that's it. And they tried it again in the 90s and Limp Bizkit fucked everything up.
Yeah, it's like when you first try yeah, fuck.
Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock fucked everything up. I still haven't watched that documentary. There's a Netflix one about it. Yeah.
It just goes like, it gets really rapey towards the end.
Yeah. I think
this was fucking dope. Look at DMX's set, but also all of these girls were raped. We're going to hear all their stories. I was in a van. I was on the party bus. I was in the back of the party bus. Yeah, 16th of March, I think, requires a moment of mourning, a little reflection.
Go on.
It's the day King Baldwin IV died. In 1185,
really?
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Anniversary of his death.
Is that your favourite King Baldwin?
Yeah.
The fourth one.
That's the Kingdom of Heaven Baldwin.
Yeah.
He was the last hope for a real Kingdom of Heaven.
Fucking leper, though, wasn't
he? Yeah, but that's like, take up your cross, bruv.
That's pretty holy as well, because that's one thing JC could have fixed, but he weren't around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just deal with it.
It's like, if you're going to be worshipping anyone as a leper, probably the dude you want to be worshipping.
Yeah,
right? The guy
and I prefer the Kingdom of Heaven version of history.
Go on,
because it all goes to shit when he dies, basically.
Oh, does it?
He wanted Orlando Bloom to be king.
Yeah,
and that could have carried on his reign.
Isn't it? What's his name as Baldwin in Kingdom of Heaven?
Ed Norton.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, from Fight Club.
Yeah. Ed Norton. Yeah.
He isn't credited either.
Is he not?
No.
Why not?
He didn't want to be because he was wearing a mask. He didn't show his face.
Oh, okay. He's also just a weirdo like that. Like he does like writing for movies and then demands. I think one of the things reason he wasn't Bruce Banner anymore is because he wrote some scenes for the Incredible Hulk movie he was in, and then they didn't use the scenes in the film. But he was like, I still want to be credited as a writer.
Oh.
And they were like, no, dickhead.
Then he learned his lesson in Kingdom of Heaven. I was like, nah, don't worry about it. It's fine. They didn't even see my face. What are we going to do about it?
We're not doing a Kingdom of Heaven, an Ed Norton, or even a hippie episode this week.
Well, all my episodes are kind of around Jerusalem. We'll see how we can get there from here.
We did an old Crusades episode, 2-part of that for you, and you still want to get Jerusalem in.
Yeah, this is the last crusade, isn't it?
You want the second crusade. We'll get to that eventually. But this week we're looking, I guess it's kind of hippies we're looking at this. I mean, no, not really. But we're going to have a little delve into the Vietnam War this week.
It is the age, isn't it?
It is the same age, rock and roll tunes.
But also the same day, Emperor Tiberius I and Valentinian III died on the same day. 500 years apart.
Fucking hell.
Big old empire, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the March 16th is our date, 1968. And we're going to be looking at a little horrible thing that happened during the Vietnam War episode. It's going to be part of the episode which ain't going to be nice, cuz. Yeah. I've seen some chavvies talking about it. I've read some parts. It's fucking horrific.
Nasty way to go.
Nasty way to go. But it's the My Lai massacre. Do you know much about that?
Nah.
No.
The Tet offensive is this year, isn't it?
The Tet offensive is to do with
Starts
this.
and finishes on this year, and that was like pretty hardcore, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
carpet bombing, napalming.
Yeah, but the Tet offensive was also, them coming back at the US hard as well.
Yeah,
real hard. And there was the big New Year's attack and things like that. But the My Lai massacre is like one of the worst war crimes the US has committed.
I think 16th of March was also the day, not the date, in 68, when the Chinese retreated out of Vietnam back into China.
Oh, okay. Like in earlier years and that.
No, say later on. After
what, 68?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
The commies left, I think. Not 68, but 16th of March.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I've got shitloads for this one.
Well, here's some birthdays you've got for your notes this year then, cuz.
Let's go with 1751, James Madison.
James Madison, what, president?
The fourth president, yeah.
Oi, oi. What did he do?
I'm not too sure. He was the fourth one, so it's like, I'm sure there were cooler ones before him and after him.
Yeah, exactly.
But he must have lived through the revolution.
Yeah, he would have.
He might have been a revolution boy, actually.
Did you say he was born in 1750s?
1751, yeah.
So yeah, he was
he'd have been a fighting man by the time 1776 rolled around.
He's fine alongside old Georgie boy, swinging some fists.
Or he just turned up afterwards like, hey boys, I like this.
What's Madison Park?
I don't know.
Just a park in New York.
But 68 is a good year for Ichiku Park. What did you do there?
Well, he definitely made a square garden. He's a fan of square gardens, old Madison, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, shit, that's it. Madison Square Garden.
There we go.
I thought it was named after a chick. Madison sounds like a rich American bird.
I don't think the square's named after... I don't think he's named after the square. I think it might be the other way around.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be. Who else's birthday?
Antoine Gigot.
Who's he?
He does historic paintings, loads of like Napoleon scenes.
Fucking hell.
There's tons of Napoleon scenes, actually. Like I'd say like 80% of his work.
Is he not the dude who painted Napoleon on the horse, or is that another chavvy?
No, but he's done Napoleon's like sons and stuff on the horse.
Oh, really? And Egypt and shit like that?
Yeah, he does the Battle of Egypt and all that.
Nice.
But Louis Napoleon Prince Bonaparte, so technically Napoleon IV, the one that ran away to England, it's his birthday.
Oh, fucking hell. You mentioned about the French artist. He does some good ones. Same era. Eugene Delacroix, right?
Yeah.
If you ever look at browsing history art, like I updated it all on that, all the art style on that, if it's a painting where it's quite obviously been an AI image I've stuck our face on, I just use Eugene Delacroix as a prompt.
Yeah.
Just sick artist.
Just like style it?
Yeah,
style it.
Painting style
I thought you changed the face on this painting.
No.
That was sick.
Yeah, so when I do my AI prompts, a painting in the style of Eugene Delacroix of
nice.
And so that's the prompt I use.
Don't give away your prompts, bro. That's the new gold rush.
It is a gold rush, isn't it? My prompts are sick, bro.
Yeah, I got some pretty good prompts.
Yeah, man. Who else you got?
George Ohm.
Who's he?
So the unit, like ohms, the resistance, electrical resistance, the unit of electrical resistance are named after him.
I thought it was some sort of Buddha.
One day he got a battery and then just started fucking like invented everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who gave him the battery? Who smuggled him the
battery?
Sure.
We
just slid it to him under the table.
Talking about smugglers though.
Go on.
March 16th is Lithuanian Book Smugglers Day.
Oh?
And it's the birthday of Jurgis Bielinsis.
What did he do? Smuggle books for...
He was a book smuggler.
Yeah.
So he brought in books in Latin text into communist-controlled Russia.
Oh, shit.
Communist-controlled Lithuania, sorry.
So, like, religious text if it's in Latin, or just anything?
No, it's in Latin alphabet. Because they wanted to use is it Cyrillic? The Russian alphabet?
Cyrillic, yeah.
So that was all banned, so they'd bring them in.
Nice. Any what was he smuggling in? Like,
I think he was a Christian.
Or just, like, religious stuff?
I think he was a Catholic.
Because I don't know if you can get, like, Latin porno mags.
Yeah. All porno mags are written in Latin. Well, Latin alphabet.
I mean, you can get Latin chicks porno mags, but I don't think you can get Latin language.
Oh, Latino, yeah, I'm getting mixed up.
Who else's birthday, bruv?
We got the Blessed Clement August Graf von Galen.
Is this some sort of pope?
No, he was a cardinal.
Okay.
But he was the one that protested against the Nazis and the persecution of the church and euthanasia.
Fair. I
mean, people always say, well, where was the Christianity when That was all happening.
This dude,
he got fucking murdered.
oh, did he?
So yeah, so he's
Oh shit.
so blessed is
No
like a
sainthood?
status. No, so blessed is like the one down from a saint.
Okay.
So he didn't perform a miracle or anything.
So that's how he's not getting sainthood.
Yeah, but he
It's
was.
going to be harder for us to get saints nowadays because miracles are pretty easy to like. Do you know what I mean? Be like, whoa, here's what actually happened.
Yeah. And you
Like
got
back then, you could tell
lame.
stories. Do you know what I mean? You could be like, oh mate, I slayed like 10 dragons and saved a princess. What the fuck you on about? Oh sweet, you're Saint George.
Yeah, it's not
You
so
could- you
easy to
try
get
that
away
nowadays.
with fucking saying pagans are dragons anymore.
Yeah, that's it. You ain't gonna be doing none
This
of
is
that.
dragon blood. He was hoarding all the gold in the mountain. You know what I mean? No, I mean, wink, wink.
Who else?
And then a massive skip forward in history. We've got Flavor Flav.
Oh shit!
1959 though.
Yeah, boy. What?
Yeah, 59. The old chavvy.
Oh shit!
So he was aware of Vietnam.
Very aware of Vietnam. Well, actually, he was a child, but still, he's
And then-
aware of Vietnam like we were World Cup '98, which I was
Yeah.
very aware of.
I was and the Euros where Greece won. Oh, that was 2001.
Oh shit!
But yeah, that was mad. Didn't know how many people were Greek. Looked out my door like, holy fuck. It's an invasion. And then we got 1961, Todd McFarlane,
Oh yeah,
the artist from Spider-Man comics, but also the creator of Spawn.
that's it, bro.
And I think his label's Image Comics.
Image Comics. He made Image Comics, and then on top of that, he makes like
McFarlane toys.
yeah. I was about to say. I think I've got Shelley's Edward Scissorhands. Is
Oh,
a
sick.
McFarlane's toy.
Yeah, they're like really detailed. They're
Yeah,
more like
they're-
sculptures, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're absolutely fantastic looking things.
And a little personal one,
Go on.
Ronnie McCory.
What do you want to do with your Corey?
Ronnie. No, he's the mandolin player for Del McCory band. So his dad
Nice.
is Del McCory.
Yeah, standard.
Travelling McCory's, Del and the boys.
Travelling Corys.
Yeah, so Del got so old that he couldn't tour. So now
Oh,
him
shit.
and his sons go out calling themselves the Travelling McCorys.
Oh, fair play. Good on.
Trouble that Corey boy.
Get that cash in for your Corey boy.
Uh,
That's March 18th birthdays.
March 16th, yeah.
16th, sorry, yeah, 16th.
And Alan Tudyk,
Alan Tudyk, I know that name.
Pirate Steve.
Oh, Pirate Steve.
And the pilot from Serenity as well.
Yeah, he's a funny geezer.
He's
What
pretty
else has
cool.
he been in? A few things, I'm sure.
Yeah, loads. I recognise him all the time.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Danny Brown, rapper and comedian Danny Brown.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
He texts me, said it's light on the scale. I text back, LOL.
Danny Brown's good, man.
Oh, he's awesome. I remember hearing that mixtape for the first time. Like, holy shit.
His podcast is pretty funny as well. He had Shane Gillis on the other week.
Yeah,
It's a good podcast.
I hate them podcasts that tail off as they get fucking really ripped.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like,
Yeah, he does get fucked up, and he's also part of like the YMH network. So they have that annoying booth laughter.
yeah, I
Which
hate
is-
that.
Yeah, the booth laughter is good because they started doing it falsely to make it funny, like false funny, but now it just is irritable.
Yeah.
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, I really hate those dudes. So that's all the birthdays. For events is pretty interesting as well. Some real big historical moments.
Is this March 16th still? Not even
Yeah.
68.
No, not even 68 yet.
God damn! Go
No
on,
City, this one.
hit me with that March 16th event.
So 1660, the Long Parliament is dissolved in Britain.
oh shit!
And the new Convention Parliament.
Oh shit! Sounds like civil wars brewing.
That sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 7th and 10th US
Ooh.
cavalry regiments.
Shout out, by the way, on that to our King Charles I
Oh,
episode.
yeah. King Charles I episode, what was that?
Early one.
Don't worry, I've got the episode number for the next one. 7th and 10th US cavalry regiments crossed into Mexico to join the hunt for Pancho Villa,
Oh
who
yeah.
turns up in the Zapata episode 9.
He does, yeah. It's about
Like and
episode's
subscribe, guys.
a great one. That's a good fun one.
This is a good fun one.
on.
Adolf Hitler defies the Treaty of Versailles to rearm Germany. And at the same time reintroduces conscription.
He did a lot of history. He made a lot of history for us there.
He is a big part of history.
Pretty big
We were
part
like
of history.
indoctrinated by teachers that we hated, so like
Yeah,
we kind of find it funny.
yeah, it's
It's
true.
not that
isn't
I
it?
actually love him, it's just edgy. Hitler's a boy. Take that, Mr. Burgess. I swear we did about 10 years of fucking history, and
I just remember History Channel had a boner on for him all
Yeah.
the time, bro.
Yeah, it's like during the day, it's like his big machines, his cannons, his rockets, and then at night it's like he had alien buddies too. You're like, fuck, he was living. How do you have all this time?
Oh, and he was off his face all the time. He was on
Yeah, he was
crack.
on speed. He only had one arm, no balls. Banging his mum, his sister, his cousin. Everyone hates him.
And all he ever wanted to do was paint.
Yeah, yeah. Don't fuck with little liberal arts students. That's the motto.
lesson. Yeah, just let
Anti
them
for
be.
shit.
Let them paint. Just let them paint.
They're very good. Oh, they're nice. Look at sunlight in that one. Ooh.
That's how you stop a genocide.
Isn't
Just let the fucking hippies paint.
I think that's why universities are so fucking washed out now.
Go
like
on.
he failed to get into uni, isn't it?
Oh,
There's
shit.
no entrance exam
So
anymore.
they're
It's just like you got 10 grand, and then another one later.
Everyone's got to get in just in case they make a Hitler.
Yeah. So yeah, sweet. Come on in.
Who else? What other events?
45. The
Go on.
Battle of Iwo Jima officially ends.
Oh,
But
Iwo
if you
Jima's
know
a
anything
big
about
one.
Japanese dudes,
Oh.
it didn't end for another 40 years for them.
Yeah.
They lived in caves and fucking ate
Found
berries.
Found some dudes on islands who were like, no, not coming home.
Yeah, it's like, nah, it's a trick. You're a spy. Bro, you're 80.
I think on some of them there, did he get like the emperor to come by and be
Yeah.
like, boys, nah, for
The
real.
old fucking first blood.
Yeah.
It's over now, John.
You can come home.
They made first blood. Yeah, but you need a rectal exam.
They made first blood and then they dropped a really big bomb. on
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, so didn't it get really hot? Like, do you remember that day? Like, yeah, it did actually. Speaking of which.
Big flash.
Yeah.
Never heard from my family again.
I thought it was the rising sun. Thought it was a sign for victory.
Who else we got? What other events?
88 is Oliver North and John Poindexter get indicted over the Iran-Contra affair.
Oh shit!
That would be a
Iran
fucking cool episode.
Yeah, that would be a cool episode. Just as well, just for the fact the term Poindexter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Looking at you like you was Poindexter.
Yeah, Iran Contra's a big. Man, they've still been running that scheme.
Yeah, more or less.
Like everything has been that sort of like.
Yeah, that's
arms
what the
trading
CIA
scheme.
do.
Yeah,
Since then, it's like that's how they funded themselves.
yeah, yeah.
There's like black budgets, and then they double it,
The Fast and
double it, and
Furious.
give it to the next guy.
The Fast and the Furious with Obama.
Yeah.
Arms into that was all like Iran Contra style stuff, wasn't it?
More or less, yeah.
Some people think some shit's going on like that with Ukraine as well.
Oh yeah, big time.
Well, yeah.
Talking of which, 2014, the Crimea vote in a referendum to leave Ukraine and join Russia.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah, how dare you, democracy?
We're meant to be holding a democracy down over there, and they
Yeah,
had
for
a little
once,
bit of
it's
democracy
fucking
in
Russia
2000.
dropping the freedom seeds.
God damn! I'm guessing that's got to be the most recent. Or we been having other events on that date near.
No, there's a couple more, but they weren't as interesting, so I thought
really?
I'd leave it there.
Okay, fair play. Let's get into the year, bruv. This is all happening in
So,
the year the My Lai massacre happens. Vietnam War's deep into it. It's been going a while. Kennedy's been shot. Shout out to our Kennedy episode.
yeah, he's in here.
And set the scene for what's happening in the world in 1968, bruv.
Right, so this is a nice little creepy one.
Go on.
It was a leap year beginning on a Monday, like this year.
Ooh.
And according to the Vikram Samvat, the Hindu calendar,
Yeah.
it was 2024.
Fuck.
Yeah, cool, right?
Wow. Wow. So today, this week, this year.
Yeah.
Fuck, we were alive in the 60s, bro.
Yeah, boy. We're not going to remember it, apparently. But yes, it's also big for civil rights.
Yeah, nice.
The Orangeburg massacre happened. It's the first instance of police killing student protesters at an American campus.
Hold up, bruv. You made me say, yeah, nice, before that sentence.
And a really good one.
Go on.
Remember Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, right? He also gets assassinated.
Oh, fucking hell. In 68, is that the year he got assassinated?
Yeah.
Damn.
68 Mexico Summer Olympics. This is actually a nice one.
Go on.
Those dudes shared that pair of gloves and did the fist in the air moment
Oh,
on the podium.
that's cool. Yeah. What, in one glove?
One pair of gloves. That's why they got
okay.
opposite hands on.
Yeah, I get you. I was thinking they both had tiny hands in one glove.
Yeah, the photo's been edited to make it look less weird.
They'd be in Will like when what's his name on the Crusader episode when those dudes had to put a giant T-shirt on
the
together.
get along shirt.
Buddies.
Lyndon B. Johnson barely wins the Democratic primary.
In 68, so
In
Lyndon B.
68.
Johnson is the president who takes over after Kennedy. Kennedy's vice.
Robert F. Kennedy starts his campaign for Democratic Party.
Oh, he ain't been got yet.
Same year, gets assassinated.
Oh fuck!
And the Republicans choose to run Nixon and Agnew.
Nixon's got to be up there, like monstrous man. But he's got to be up there as memeable presidents like Trump.
Oh yeah, his face is just such a good shape,
isn't it? And I wasn't even alive for Nixon, but I want a rubber Nixon mask.
Yeah.
There's 3
Same.
president masks I want. I want a rubber Nixon. And I think they're all Republicans as well. I want a rubber Nixon. I want a rubber George W. because I was alive during George W.
I think, didn't you have one? Or Max had one when you went as Osama?
Okay. No. When I dressed as Osama, no one was as George W. because that would have been amazing. And I wouldn't mind a rubber Trump.
Yeah, that would be good.
Do you know what I mean?
And you can see where it's like the neckline where his makeup stops.
Yeah.
One.
It has to be a good one like that. Whatever happened to those rubber president's masks? Who made them? Because they were sick.
I think it's Spencer's Gifts.
Is it Spencer's Gifts?
Spencer's Gifts, I think, yeah.
Nice.
But
what else is going on in
talking
68?
of presidents, prime ministers,
Yeah.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau becomes Canadian prime minister.
What? Oh, his father.
Justin's dad, yeah.
Justin's daddy.
Meanwhile,
Well,
his wife is sucking
hanging out.
fucking Cuban dick.
Is it Justin's daddy?
Probably not, but it's his money.
Castro's Trudeau's daddy.
Yeah, it looks
brother.
just like him, doesn't he?
It does. I mean, without the awesome beard, chest hair, merengue dance moves, and fat cigars.
Yeah, he's like a Canadian loser version. But also, Saddam Hussein becomes vice president of the Revolutionary Council in Iraq.
God damn, in 68.
Yep.
Ooh.
But the 16th of March, I think it's 88.
Sorry about that. Sorry, quick one. Another naughty man with a moustache.
Yeah,
There's a
moustache
thing.
makes the man.
Makes the naughty man.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on. What was going on in the next one?
Yeah, so he becomes president
Yeah.
in 68.
Yeah.
But on our same day, 16th of March,
Yeah.
is the day he uses gas on the Kurds.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Big crossover.
Same year and everything.
1968, US Congress repeals the necessity for a gold standard for an American currency.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's dark.
That is bad, isn't it? This is the start of everything.
This is when everything starts. This is them taking over.
And it's also the same era they're catching all the Nazis.
Yeah.
So 67, there was a big one. The guy that was in charge of killing Anne Frank.
Okay.
And then 68.
Specifically, they went, "Oh, yo, he got that sick awful. We need to get."
Yeah, so I realised it was the wrong year and deleted the note. But it was something like he was responsible for 188,000 deaths in Holland.
Oh.
But they
everyone
gave
was
him
like, "No,
15
fuck
years.
you, Anne Frank."
So it was
Can't.
a day per 15 people he'd killed.
Oh, god damn.
I like them odds.
Who else you got?
So Franz Stangl, the ex-commander of Treblinka, is arrested in Brazil.
Yeah, they'll hide out down in South America.
And do you remember them Maoist Chinese communists, the kids that got turned on the old people?
Yeah,
the Red Guard.
Yeah.
They go back to school in 68. So
Did
it's
they?
like, okay, all the murdering's done, you fucking
You've
psychopaths.
killed all your teachers.
Yeah.
Go back to school.
Yeah, go and learn whatever you want. Free uni for everyone. So this is a fun one. Jimmy Hoffa's sentence begins.
Oh
He
shit.
got 8 years for bribing a jury.
Oh, this is okay. Nice. Like a bit of Hoffa.
Yeah, I like a bit of
You
the
didn't
Irishman.
No, wait. That was that Hoffa?
No, I think that was... who is that?
Teflon Don.
Yeah.
What about the Moiders? What Moiders?
He was the greatest guy!
Yeah, that wasn't Hoffa. Hoffa's the Irishman.
Yeah.
That's Hoffa, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the leader of the Teamsters.
That's it.
Che Guevara's captured and executed.
Damn, March 16th.
Yeah.
Or 68?
No, 68.
68.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali stripped of his titles for refusing military service.
Because Viet Cong called him a nice guy.
No nice guy, Kongs. They must have had their own word for it, though, surely.
What else is 68? 68 is a fucking wild year.
Yeah. Charles Manson is released from Terminal Island. He asks to stay, but they're not up to it.
Is that...
So he goes to San Francisco to find himself some filthy hippies.
Oh, damn. Is this before the acid geezers get a hold of him? Because it's San Francisco that he gets locked up.
I think they're still playing with him.
They're all still playing with him at the time.
Yeah.
We love a bit of Charles Manson being entirely created by the CIA and US government. Like 100%.
Talking of acid,
Go on.
Grateful Dead, Velvet Underground, Jimi Hendrix Experience, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts,
Damn.
Bee Gees, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin.
God damn, yeah?
All started this year.
Whoa. Fuck, it is a year
It's
for
a
music.
psyop, isn't it?
yeah, completely.
It's a big acid psyop.
It is. Well, there's a lot of those. Didn't a lot of those dudes live in that hotel in California? Not the one which the Eagles
They
sing
couldn't
about.
check out because there was a guy with an acid dropper and a CIA badge.
No, there's and Jim Morrison was there, and Jim Morrison's dad is
Yeah,
involved in.
Jim Morrison's dad is a fucking admiral, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's it. But they all lived in some hotel in California, a lot of the
right.
acid trippy dudes
Yeah.
to get rock stars.
Okay.
And a lot of people think there was some fucking CIA involvement down in that place going on.
Yeah, it must have been.
Surely.
Because they led the whole fucking fuck it, who cares revolt.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, civil rights for everyone, stop the war in Vietnam, or get fucking blazed.
Tune in, turn on, and drop out.
Yeah, drop the fuck out.
Just fucking chill, man. Don't even
And
worry about it.
Our greatest hero, Elvis, marries Priscilla.
Oh,
So
in
they made
68.
the Americana dude a pedo.
Yeah, is that when he married his child bride, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And the 6 Days War,
What's 6 Days War? Which one's that?
Israel versus Egypt.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then the
that came up
USS Liberty
before.
comes up,
Yeah,
and they bomb the fuck out of it, Israel.
yeah.
And they're like, we're American. And they're like, we're Egyptian. And then bomb the fuck out of it some more.
No.
Yeah.
Rude.
USS Liberty, check it out.
Shit. And I mean, not too long before that, the Gulf of Tonkin had happened.
Yeah, exactly that.
So-
it was a big false flag.
They tried to Tonkin themselves.
Yeah, they're like, hey, this tonkin seems to work. Let's have a little tonk.
I'll tonk you, you tonk me. Get the US into a war, bruv.
Come on. Don't you want the third temple?
That's spooky shit. They got some red heifers over there.
Yeah. There's a big eclipse. Just to let everyone know, all who will listen, there's a big eclipse on the 8th, but it'll be the 9th over there, which will be the end of Passover.
Oh, shit.
I think it's also the end of Ramadan, so the violence will escalate from Palestine.
Have they got an unblemished red heifer, though?
They must have. Otherwise, I wouldn't be acting so fucking rude. They're hyped up.
They are hyped up. They are hyped up over there.
Cray twins murder Jack McVitie. And that's
What,
the
for-
crime they later do Bird for.
Over biscuits?
Yeah. Like, no, it should be Cray biscuits. And I don't even fucking sound good. Cray Obnob.
I told you I wanted chocolate on both sides. And then that's why they fucking murdered him.
Yeah. British Parliament decriminalised homosexuality and legalised abortion.
In 68?
Yeah, so they couldn't get the craze for homosexuality anymore. But yeah, that's
just to catch the craze. They should have kept that one in.
the sign of the times.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer dies.
Oh, does he?
And Otis Redding.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sadder about that than Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I mean, good film last year and everything, geezer, but it's
Yeah, I
not...
thought Oppenheimer became deaf.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Come on, bro.
But fuck it, this might be even verging on heresy.
Otis Redding, bruv, come on.
Yeah.
Sitting on a dock on a bay.
What a boy.
What a boy.
Coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah,
Yeah, also,
tune.
fucking big year for birthdays, 68.
Go on.
We got Joe Rogan,
Oh, is it?
Pamela Anderson,
Oh.
Jamie Foxx,
Oh.
R. Kelly,
Yeah.
E40,
Who?
E40. He's like a Bay Area rapper. I fucking love him. These soft like table butter, margarine. Vanilla Ice, Gary Coleman, Daniel Craig, Celine Dion,
Damn.
Tony Hawk,
Damn.
Big Daddy Kane,
Damn.
Will Smith,
Oh,
Hugh Jackman, Brendan Fraser, Lucy Liu. So it's
Whoa.
kind of like the 90s were born in 68.
Rah, that's wild.
And also, obviously, Saddam Hussein came to power, so it's like a big 90s up.
It's a big 68 is a big 90s get up. It's prepping for the
throwback,
90s.
yeah.
Everyone's getting ready. Just for some good times. Just some good, wholesome Charlie's Angels, Fear Factor. What else? Fucking Hugh Jackman, Wolverine in.
Yeah.
You seen the rumours who the new Wolverine might be, bro?
What's his name?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he's like an alternate, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah, he's a bit tall.
He is a bit tall. But Hugh Jackman was a bit tall.
Nah, Hugh Jackman's like Aussie squat.
He's not like Wolverine size. Like, I'm not tooting
true.
my own horn, but if they want Wolverine size, you got to get 5'7" mans.
Yeah.
You know
on
what I mean?
GH though.
Yeah, on GH, yeah, 1,000%. Got who would be a good Wolverine? Who's a little fucking
Rogan.
yeah, no shit for real.
Rogan with a angrier face.
Yeah, just give him a wig.
I think Hugh Jackman's face was good though.
Yeah,
Hugh Jackman's
face.
sideburns in his face.
Yeah, he was. Look, he was a great Wolverine, bruv.
He was
No
sick.
disrespect to him. I think it's the only Marvel movie I've been excited about in fucking years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Marvel's shit. So Star Wars. What have they done to us?
Yeah, I know.
I feel like we're going through another 68.
Yeah.
We're dropping acid on all these fucking great writers and be like, go on. It's a lesbian, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's get into this week's episode, bro. Let's start looking at the My Lai massacre in Vietnam. I mean, we're not going to jump straight into the My Lai massacre.
I want some background. What were they massacring for? Let's get to it. To defeat communism. So, is it justified?
But I mean, even the Vietnam War didn't even really kick off with like the US originally and Vietnam.
It was France, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
that's it.
Vietnam used to be a French territory.
So that's exactly that, right? 6th of June 1884, France signed the Hue Court of the Petanautor Treaty to become like the fucking holders of Vietnam. They took it over. I think they called it French Indochina.
Okay.
And they held it for a long time, bro. They held it like all the way through up to World War II.
Nice.
And
That's
then
good going.
Yeah, it was fucking good old holding. But then World War II comes along, and who pops along into Indochina and that sort of area during World War II?
The Soviets.
Nah,
The worst guy.
Nah, a bunch of really evil chavies in World War II.
America.
No, no.
They get firebombed.
No, they don't get.
It's
not yet.
Churchill then.
Not yet. It's not Churchill. It's not Little Moustache Man either. It's probably actually the most evil.
The Italians.
No, not even the
Oh, they're the
Itals.
worst because they're backstabbers as well. I'm glad they joined our side, but also,
What one nation copped a rape charge in World War II?
Oh, not Japan.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I forgot all about them. They fucking Hello Kitty'd us into not even remembering.
Not
Only
even-
just talked about Iwo Jima.
Yeah, bro. Because they were gnarly in World War II. We know that.
Oh, they were gnarly all the way up to World War II.
Yeah, that's it. It took 2 atomic bombers to be like, sit
Yeah.
down,
Yeah,
calm
the
it.
first one made them mad. Then like, all right, everyone get ready. Poof. Oh fuck! All right, yeah, show's over. Start drawing Nazi cartoons.
Making robots, though.
Yeah,
Make
they got a Gundam.
They've got a moving Gundam, bro. They've got a moving Gundam. And they took that Gundam in World War II to Vietnam.
Their
And
rocket exploded recently, though.
Yeah, I
they
saw.
tried to do like a fucking.
They can't go to space.
SpaceX.
They're not allowed to space, bro.
Or they don't know the secret where you got to fake it because space isn't real.
Oh, yeah, well, space. Everyone knows space isn't real. But they're not allowed to space, bro. If you watch the Gundam series, I'm telling you, the Japanese
Yeah.
aren't allowed in space.
Yeah, true.
They're not allowed there.
Well, I'd rather them than China. Imagine being
Oh,
up in
for sure.
space and all your fucking leaks. Like, all the equipment shit.
The tofu architecture on a space shuttle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crumbling beneath your feet. Like, is this going to hold? Yes!
So yeah, the Japanese were knocking about in Vietnam in World War II.
Oh, they were the worst.
They were pretty naughty. But even during that, even as they started like retreating during World War II, in the last few days of being there, France, cheeky fucks, still sent some boys in to parachute back in as Japan were invading.
I do that on risk. Just as they're taking over, I'll parachute behind enemy lines so I got one dude.
They did that. They did a little bit of that, bruv. So as Japan are leaving, they speckled in a few French dudes and was like, go take over again for us, lads.
Yeah,
'cause
get
we
leafleting.
we
Get
like
canvassing.
this.
Wasn't it better with France?
So after World War II, France end up taking over a little bit again, but they ain't happy with this. The Vietnamese don't like this. There's been a chavvy who likes a little bit of a walk, likes a little bit of a trail walk. He was knocking about in World War II, trying to help out Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh.
Oh, shit.
Loves a little bit of a trail walk.
Yeah, he's got a city named after him.
Travels around a bit. He'd been to all over Europe, London, all this place. Become a little bit of a commie, bruv.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. At the time, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
He
It
went
was the done thing.
It was the done thing.
68, bro.
Do you know what I mean?
Drop
before
out.
Before then, he's going around. He's going to coffee shops. He's getting to know that. Even during World War II, like when he's trying to fight for Vietnam's independence, he's teaming up with the commies in China. He gets arrested by the, I can't remember what they're called, but the non-commies in China at the time while they're fighting, because China was a mess during World War II.
Yeah.
It was commies, non-commie governments, all sorts. He gets arrested by them, but then 2 years later they let him out because they're like, you got to go fight the Japanese.
Yeah.
Back in Vietnam, bruv. Get in there. Get in there, boy. So when France come back, he's still knocking about. He's still about, and he's not happy that France are in his home.
Little protester boy.
He's more than that, bruv. He's going in.
Little fucking gorilla.
yeah, 1,000% a gorilla man's. So after World War II and the France come in, you got like the first Indochina War. So it's just France still trying to hold the territory, take it back. But easily by May 7th, 1954, the Viet Minh troops under General Vo Nguyen Gia.
Oh, these hard. These names are so hard.
These names I'm going to get them so wrong.
Like Korean and Vietnamese, I think it's the worst ones to write down in English.
It's going to be impossible. But they overrun the French base at Dien Bien Phu.
DM me, bro.
And this victory by the Vietnamese forces brings an end to nearly a century of French colonial rule in Vietnam. So they got it back, headed by Ho Chi Minh himself. But America ain't happy about this because Ho Chi Minh, like I mentioned, he's boys with
Dirty
some commies.
commie.
He's a dirty commie. And America have just, 54, America, I'm pretty sure, in the Korean War and maybe just coming towards the end of the Korean War. So they're working hard out in Asia not to let commies take a hold.
That's a big forgotten war as well, the Korean War.
Oh, yeah, it's a nasty one. I only know as much as I know about it, which isn't a lot at all, because of Mad Men, the TV show.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Don Draper. He was a veteran of the Korean War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's
I
all I remember for
listen
it.
to a lot of the veterans talk. I think it's the VA or whatever in America. I follow on Facebook. You just hear them talking. You're like, what the fuck is this? Is crazy. You know, like,
Yeah.
that Korean War. And you're like, oh, fuck, yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, man, that was a big one. Big one. It's all part of the Cold War, isn't it? Even Vietnam War.
Yeah,
'Cause
basically.
it's just America versus the Soviets.
Yeah.
Whether they're in China, whether they're in
Stopping
Russia.
the spectre of communism spreading west.
That's it. I mean, even the Korean and Vietnamese War, it wasn't just China supporting these communist Asian states. It was Russia as well. Russia's sending them over bear shit.
Yeah.
So on June 1st, 1954, not happy with all these commies knocking about, the Saigon military mission, a covert operation to conduct psychological warfare and paramilitaries activities in South Vietnam, is launched under the command of U.S. Air Force Colonel Edward Lansdale. So they start trying to get in there, getting in the people's minds.
Yeah, boy.
Trying to turn them against the commies. But it doesn't really work, bruv. Like, North...
I think Vietnamese are too chill.
Yeah?
Yeah, really like laid back people.
They're meant to be really happy people as
Yeah.
well, like really nice and that.
Just like, nah. Who cares? They're already here. They got stars on their shit. It's cool.
I like red, man. I like red.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Red's lucky, bro. Come on.
Rice for me, rice for everyone, they say. And look, what's the best source of food to use in communism?
Rice.
Rice.
Big time.
You know, tiny's 1,000 pieces. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Easy.
Do anybody want to eat 1,000 of something?
Yeah, there you go. Get them rice. So, even in 54, the US start going in psychologically. And people both class this, some people, as the actual start of the Vietnam War. Which I guess you kind of would. You're sending
it's
agents
hearts and
in.
minds, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you're sending agents in. It's definitely a fucking part of it. And they even, back then as well...
Classic
US,
America.
here's some more classic America. in South Vietnam, they sponsor a president to take over there. I'm gonna fuck his name up. Ngo Dinh Diem. No Dinh Diem. And they sponsor him, and they're like, "Yo, this is our boy. Back him up." But his
slogan should have been, "If you don't want no dins, get no dim."
But he's a staunch Catholic, right? And he's not. They're not the biggest fan of him in Vietnam because he's going so hard on the religious side of things. Yeah. He's the one who starts putting persecution on like the Buddhist monks and stuff like that. And so the reason a lot of the self-immolation, like famous Thich Nhat Hanh and stuff like that, happens is because of his persecution of other religions. So he's not actually that popular as a president.
Oh, that sucks.
So the Vietnamese ain't happy with him, but the US are backing him. But in July 21st, the same year, 54 as well, you get the Geneva Accords, and that's basically like, I think it's the UN at the time, I'm not sure, some sort of pre-NATO thing. They basically effectively divide Vietnam in two at the 17th parallel. And although the Accords explicitly states that the 17th parallel should not in any way be interpreted as a constituting a political or a territory boundary, everyone at the time is like, no, it's about
North and South Korea, basically.
Yeah. Like, look, it's not official, but it is there. And
if you like commies, just head north.
This creates fucking mess. After this, civil war kicks off because Ho Chi Minh's like, no, I want all of Vietnam. He's been given the north. It's close to China. The south's gone to this US-backed president.
Yeah.
And this is around about this time is sort of when Ho Chi Minh starts sticking his tunnel in again. His trail. He starts opening up his trail again.
Yeah.
So it was open during the first Indochina War, but Ho Chi Minh's trail becomes really big at this point because he starts funneling commie guerrillas also to do hearts and minds down into South Vietnam using Ho Chi Minh's trail.
Okay.
And civil war erupts. Basically, Vietnam becomes a fucking hot mess, bruv.
Yeah, bro.
Absolute hot mess. And if we get by 61, a few years later, 61, a president we all know, we mentioned him before on the cast, JFK pops by.
Good man.
Good man. Here's the other thing, not great good man. He admits to people, especially when it comes to the Vietnam War, a lot of people praise him for saying he's going to get troops out, which he did, but he also exacerbated things. Like, in 61, when he first got into power, he gave speeches like, oh yeah, we're in Vietnam, but we're only there as advisors.
Yeah.
He did. It is quite funny, quite a good speech, because he admits it. He's like, we're in there, but we're only there as advisors. At the same time, though, we have told the lads, if you get fired upon, do what you got to do.
Yeah,
and self-defense. Yeah. So we're in there. We're talking shit. We're talking shit at the Viet Cong. And if they try to fucking give us some shit for talking shit, we're throwing shit right back, boys.
Yeah, that's it. We might be just giving it all day, every day, blowhorn style, like any border. But, it's their fault if they start it.
If they start it, we're just out here. Guys having fun.
Yeah.
Guys having fun.
Bros being dogs.
And if they want to start shit, we won't end that shit. We will end that shit. In 16, the same year as well, he starts Operation Ranch Hand, which ain't a cool one. Operation Ranch Hand.
Getting cowboys in. Roping up commies.
No, Operation Ranch Hand is Agent Orange, shit like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Deforesting, ready for a mobilisation.
Exactly like that. It's not just ready for mobilisation. The deforesting, that was purely just get rid of the food and the cover for the Viet Congs. So they were just like, get rid of their food, get rid of their harvesting.
Make their kids have fucking weird defects.
Yeah, it's Agent Orange was fucking horrific.
Bad. Yeah.
So if people don't know, it's just the US government sprayed. I guess what is it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Deforestation agent, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess you would say that. I'm trying to think of like the agricultural term for it. Basically, it just fucks up the plants. Herbicide. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Thanks, dude. But so they just sprayed the nastiest herbicide that you can think of.
And he also killed Corporal Yellow in the library.
Big fart on him. It stunk him out, bro. And like Agent Orange will not only like burn away the trees, the foliage, they'd be spraying it over villages and there's footage of people's fucking skin melting off and shit.
So much foliage you couldn't see them though. So really, whose fault is it?
Maybe get out of the jungle, guys.
Yeah. Now that I'm 30, I really care about my neighbour's trees. So what if the Americans can't see me from the sky?
Man, I don't want them draping an Ancient Orange on your acorn, bruv. Trim it down. Trim it down.
I don't even see my blue roof.
So yeah, like we've said before, and other people say JFK, good man, but he weren't helping things out there.
Good Catholic.
Especially at the start of his presidency. Well, that's one of the theories as well, is people think that he was popped because he was Catholic, right?
Yeah. Get the Irish vote and the Latino vote.
Yeah, that's it. Now, November 2nd, 1963, Nguyen Dinh Diem, the president who the US were backing.
Yeah. No Dinner's DM.
No Dinner's Diem. There's a coup d'etat by a general of the South Vietnamese army.
No, not a coup.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
They never go well.
Because of the way he had been treating like Buddhists and stuff like that in the country and the religion and the unpopularity it had come, when the US found out about the packed coup, even though they backed the president in the first place, they went, nah, fuck it, this coup sounds like a good idea. Let's back these boys instead.
Oh, fuck.
US gonna US, bruv.
Yeah, that's it. Fuck it.
Naughty chavvies.
It's the 60s. Catholic doesn't mean anything anymore. We just killed JFK.
Well, no, JFK backed the coup.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
He was
JFK.
part of that. And then this
So, mate, that brings another one into the fucking conspiracy. He was a Buddhist.
He's another assassin.
Yeah, there's another assassin on Assassin's Day.
But he was trying to do like the Charles Xavier murder with his mind.
Yeah,
trying to make
Shaolin
his mind
shit.
explode.
He's just breaking fucking blocks over his head. He's like, oh yeah, I've got something to do today. Then broke another block. He's like, oh yeah, I've got something to do today.
So here's the thing: when after the coup happened, though, they the guys in charge of the coup, they did execute No Dinner's DM.
Oh dear.
Which apparently when JFK found out about that, he outwardly spoke and was like, I'm fucking disgusted by that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
3 weeks later...
I was happy with the treachery.
But the murder, that's taking it too far.
You should have sent him back to fucking CIA training camp, you fools.
3 weeks after that, JFK's splattered.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't really want all-out war, did he, in Vietnam? That was one of the things.
By this point, he had said, just before he got splattered...
Why can't we play it like chess?
Not before that coup, but just after that coup and before he got splattered, he started speaking about, like, yo, we ain't winning here. We need to get the boys the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then Lyndon B. Johnson, Mr. War Happy Fella, came in after his assassinated, started going wild a bit.
Yeah.
Started really pumping up the boys for war. August 5th, 1964... we have a little thing we mentioned earlier. So this is how close it was, right? So November 2nd, a few weeks later, JFK's assassinated, yeah. And then a year later in August, a little incident we mentioned before.
7 months, 8 months.
Yeah, a bit of a while, but still not too long. We have a little incident we spoke about a second ago. We have the Gulf of Tonkin, bruv.
That's out of order. That winds up fucking Jesse so bad. What's his last name, Jesse?
Ventura,
that's it.
Yeah.
They were dying in the mud.
So, I don't know if you know much about the Gulf of Tonkin, but what happened is...
Only what Jesse's told me.
The US were like, we're going to stick some boats doing reconnaissance and just radar checking up in the ocean near North Vietnam. Hopefully they don't do nothing. Now, this first part isn't the Gulf of Tonkin. What happens is they go up there, 2 torpedo boats turn up and attack this boat, the Maddox, and the Maddox is like, fuck off, and peppers them off.
Good Welsh name.
Yep, and fucks them off. And then August 5th, the actual Gulf of Tonkin incident, which is the false flag, which is now everyone nowadays knows as a false flag. They claim that there was a second attack.
Oh, right, they chased them into their own waters, sort of thing.
They claim that there was a no, still up in their territory still.
Oh.
They claim that the Viet Cong then attacked them a second time, and then they sent ships and blow them up. When it turns out there was no second attack at all. That's the lie. That's the false flag. There was never a second attack.
Yeah, because they played radio like someone had to sit there and act it all out.
Yeah.
Or it could have been recordings from the first one, maybe.
It could have been. But they've argued, people from back then have nowadays argued, yeah, it was foggy. That's why we thought there were people, and we've fired shit.
A turtle hit the bottom of our boat and everyone shit themselves.
Everyone was shook. So that's what they've tried claiming nowadays. But yeah, the Gulf of Tonkin incident happens, which basically, it's a 9/11, bruv. It gets everyone popped. It gets everyone hyped up. Fired up like fuck. And after that, they're up for troops on the ground in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So the Vietnam War, after the Gulf of Tonkin, ground troops, this is when it's really fucking kicked off, bruv. You got loads of shit happening after that. We won't get into too many details of of the Vietnam War, because there's going to be loads of other incidents that come up in the Vietnam War that we'll talk about, because it's such a large one culturally for us.
Yeah, it's massive.
There's so many incidents that we can talk of, and even the Vietnam War as a whole and other things, which we'll probably talk on. One thing worth mentioning though, because it does happen in the year we're talking about. It happens partway through the timeline I'm about to bring up now. But on January 30th, 1968... Actually, fuck it, no, that comes up in the other timeline. Ignore me on that, bro. Ignore me on that. So we're deep into the Vietnam War now. It started. We know why it started. We're going to look at a little company called Charlie Company.
Yeah, boy.
Charlie Company were pretty famous for being shit hot.
For looking for Charlie.
Trying to find Charlie.
Charlie Company. Charlie by name, Charlie by nature.
That comes from, by the way, calling the Viet Cong Charlie comes from their radio call when you were referring to them.
Yeah,
you wouldn't call them
C, isn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't call them Victory. You wouldn't call them Viet Cong over radio. You'd call them Victory Charlie or VC. And then all of that got shortened to just Charlie.
Yeah, don't be calling them Victory. We're Victory.
So Charlie Company were pretty sick. When they first got together before they entered Vietnam, they were trained in Hawaii.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they were taken to the jungles of Hawaii and trained there. And
Good
they said
idea.
that I've seen interviews with them, and like they said that like, yo, fucking sick time until we actually got into the jungles of Hawaii and were like, oh, whoa, this is legit.
Yeah.
But they said it did help getting them ready, which is quite, like you said, it's a fucking great idea.
Yeah, perfect humidity,
Isn't
foliage, everything.
Everything. It's a really good spot to go. December 1st, 1967, Charlie Company head to Vietnam. And when they get there, they've got William L. Calley, who's like the big dog Captain Ernest L. Medina. He'd earned the nickname Mad Dog.
Nice.
And
That's always a good sign.
He's like the head of the company, and everyone loved him because he was like this Mexican dude who had made it up the ranks.
Oh, cool.
So everyone was like, mad respect for this dude. Not only that, he would hang with the boys.
Yeah.
But then in his group, you had another dude called William L. Calley. He was a lieutenant of Charlie Company's first platoon, and he was a young guy as a lieutenant. He was like a career army guy.
Oh, okay.
A bit of a fucking trench coat geezer.
Yeah.
Like trench coat mafia, bowling for Columbine chavvy. Yeah.
Weird.
Like a bit of a weirdo. Apparently, he was always trying to suck up to Medina, and Medina fucking resented it. Was like,
fucking
you
creep.
you little creep type shit. And he was also such like a weird trench coat fucking school shooter type that he decided to call his platoon. He was like, we're the death dealers. And he made everyone in his...
There was loads of that, though. People went fucking wild in Vietnam,
yeah,
didn't
like he did fucking creepy shit like that, where he was like, I want everyone to carry an ace of spades, and when you kill someone, leave a fucking playing card on their body, because we're the death dealers. Fucking
lame.
nerd, bro.
That's some Reddit shit, dog.
yeah. And this guy's in charge of a whole platoon of Charlie Company, so I'm sure you can see where this is going.
Yeah.
When they do get to Vietnam as well, the first place they go is actually they're like loved. They get there, they're like giving fucking Vietnamese kids sweets, candies. They're seen as like the heroes, and they're living it up there as well.
The
they're
Americans
like,
usually get that treatment because they turn up like 5 years late.
But they're loved by everyone, and they're having a great time as well, right? The members of Charlie Company typically remember this time as an enjoyable one, with plenty of free time to go to the beaches, start going to the bars, little sucky, all that sort of time. They're having a good time.
Nice.
They're having a laugh, you know. They're enjoying Vietnam. Here's the thing, though. On December 6th as well, 1967, shortly after midnight, the Viet Cong and the North Vietnamese army launches the Tet Offensive. against South Vietnam, attacking 36 of 44 provincial capitals.
Fucking hell.
What an
That's
offensive,
work,
bro.
yeah.
Isn't it?
They just forgot about the other 7 or whatever it is.
But that's wild for like a guerrilla army
Yeah.
to attack that many provincial cities.
Secret tunnels.
See, trails. Ho Chi Minh building them trails, bro.
Yeah, boy.
Absolutely. Charlie Company aren't actually in any of those cities that are attacked, but they can pretty much see the whole thing from their base. They end up watching Quang Nha City from their remote location north of the city at the landing zone dotted. They just watch the attack happening and they're like, fuck about. They ain't too pleased by it. After that, they end up getting stationed at Quang Nhai province. Now, Quang Nhai province is sort of known as a hot Viet Cong area.
Yeah.
Like a really hot Viet Cong area. Not only just a hot Viet Cong area, but it's sort of known as like a hot rebel area. Even since back when the French were colonising them.
Okay.
Even when the Japanese were colonising them.
Like the Afghan mountain sort of thing. They're just fighting people.
That's it, constantly. They're just fucking rebels. Just a rebel section. And this Charlie Company ended up getting sent to I forgot what it was called. The Quang Nhai province. It was a fucking harsh area. And Task Force Barker, a 500-man strike force, was assembled to destroy the Viet Cong 48th Force Battalion. And this is meant to be a group of like legendary Viet Congs.
Yeah.
They're meant to be the daddies.
The fucking like the Russian roulette chavies.
Yeah.
They all wear a string vest and smoke roll-ups.
They're all torturing Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
But they're, or Robert De Niro, sorry. They're all, how did I get them two confused?
Charlie Sheen's in
Platoon? No, Platoon's, man, which one is it?
what's the fucking flight of the Valkyries?
Is it Apocalypse Now?
Apocalypse Now. That's it.
That's why.
That's Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen is that one, and the other one's De Niro. Yeah,
Deer Hunter's De Niro. Yeah.
that's it. So they're
Platoon's Jesse Ventura, isn't it? Oh no, that's Predator.
Oh, that is Predator. yeah, that is Predator. So these geezers are fucking scary chavies, and everyone reckons they're in that region. February 1st, of 1968 now, you get the Communist Offensive, known as the Teters Offensive, is repelled by heavy American and South Vietnamese firepower. And the 48th Battalion, those gnarly Vietnamese dudes, they retreat towards the coast through an area known as Pinkville. Now, the reason it was called Pinkville, got that nickname because sections highlighted on the US military maps were highlighted pink for fucking death.
Okay, yeah, because pink is like that area. Pink is like the warrior colour as well, because it's a colour of flesh.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Like even in Japan, like pink's a very masculine colour, and the US on their maps were using pink as that's a fucking danger zone.
Yeah,
and these guys retreated through an area that even the US knew as Pinkville. That's how fucking hardcore it was. Early February 1968. Charlie Company conducts regular patrols of the area in an attempt to engage the Viet Cong near Pinksville.
Yeah, just antagonising.
Yeah, just...
They got to make the first move.
But they have little to direct contact. At the same time, a few members of the Viet Cong 48th are actually seeing the tension from their obvious presence and the constant onslaught of artillery fire causes a few members of Charlie Company to break down. And Captain Medina increasingly starts berating Lieutenant the fucking schizo boy.
Yeah.
So a few of these chavies are breaking down, going mental on these patrols. They're getting sniped a lot as well. I remember listening to some interviews.
That was the worst thing in Vietnam. Like, it's so dense, and the snipers could be anyone, anywhere.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just making people paranoid mess.
Exactly. And a few of these chavies started breaking down, and Medina started blaming it on the fucking trench coat nerdy boy, and he starts giving it to him hard. On top of that, like I said, I was listening to a lot of interviews with guys from this company. They've got interviews on YouTube with the actual guys who fucking committed the massacres.
Yeah.
And some of them are like...
That's the type of shit I come across on Facebook. You just go down a rabbit hole like, wow.
Some of these guys, like... There's one guy who, all the way through it, even by the end, and they realised they fucked up, he's going, nope, they were Viet Cong sympathisers. This is what we were told. What I did... I'm 100% still with it.
That's how they used to get around PTSD.
Yeah.
So no, they're bad guys. You're supposed to.
So a lot of them were like, no, it was fucking horrible, especially from where we were to what, like, going from being these happy, smiley young guys in Vietnam, giving kids sweets and being the heroes to... So anyway, they're in these jungles, the snipers are fucking them up, they're doing them... I'm trying to think of the Kubrick new movie now. They're doing them Full Metal Jacket style.
Yeah.
Sniper.
That's what I was going to say. One dude's Full Metal Jacket, the other dude's...
Yeah. But they're luring in dudes, so they'll snipe your buddy in the leg. You're sitting there screaming.
Yeah.
Mate will come and get you, and they're just baiting more and more boys to come in.
That is the thing as well. The booby traps and the sniping took 3 men out of the battlefield.
That's
you
it.
You injure one, then 2 have to carry him out, or you draw them in as like a trap.
That's it.
So they were really smart guerrilla fighters, to be fair.
You could argue, like, probably the best guerrilla fighters of that century.
Nah.
Afghanistan
versus Russia and America. They got the back-to-back championship.
Yeah, no, Afghanistan have got that, haven't they?
They got stupid hats. They should have had them rice hats. That would have been cool as fuck.
Yeah, if Afghans had the rice hats.
That would have been a big flex as well on America.
Just Afghanis standing up in rice hats like, ha motherfucker!
But they both wore pyjamas. Maybe there's something in it.
That's it. That's what the warfare uniform should be. Yeah, everyone's out in their tactical gear. Really, you need to be in sandals and pyjamas.
Makes you paranoid. When you're in your pyjamas, you're on point.
To be fair, if any sort of crazy civil war or whatever happens to the horrible apocalypse we're slowly edging towards, if I'm going to be fighting anything, I'm going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Tracky bottoms aren't far off pyjamas, lads.
Yeah, I got some good like combat trackies that I wear to airsoft. They've got like knee pads and big pockets, but they're still joggers.
There you go then, bro. We're all going to be fighting our pyjamas pretty much. Run out of DMs and having to start wearing sliders and shit. Yeah. Socks and sliders, look.
Nice Crocs for the win.
Oh yeah, you got to put them in sport mode.
I've got tactical gear for my Crocs as well.
Make sure you put them in sport mode though, bruv.
I've got a winch coming from Temu.
You've got them fucking lights on the top of your Crocs as well.
I've got orange ones now for hunting.
February 25th, 1968, the 1st and 2nd platoons of Charlie Company on the same day, not too far from each other, right? They're out on this trail and they both come across a minefield at the same time.
Oh shit.
Literally, one group goes, boom, ah! And then as that dude's screaming, they hear from the other side, not far from them, boom, ah!
Oh, fuck.
And they've both walked into a fucking minefield.
No.
Yeah, it's
on
getting...
the bellies, knives out, boys.
Yeah, it's getting horrific. And, like, again, interviews with the Chavies, they're talking about how much that minefield fucked them up mentally. Because they're trying to get across and they just keep hearing random booms. Medic screams everywhere. Medics are going to go help people and then they're getting their legs blown off and shit like that. Like,
Lieutenant Dand.
Yeah, everyone's getting danned. Everyone's dragging themselves. They're all doing the seal walk, bruv, using their hands. Every single person. I have no legs. Yeah, have you seen the movie Kids?
Yeah, distinct lack of skateboards.
just the lack of skateboards. Now, February, by the standards of Charlie Company, was said to have been fucking hell. Like, they went from these young, happy lads on tour, in Vietnam, little bit of backpacking, to after that, beaten down, mental. They said they literally in themselves felt them go from being heroes and saviours as military men to just being like, no, fuck this, we're going in, we're cunts now.
Yeah.
And this is when they started really turning on the Vietnamese civilians, not just before the massacre, but just now they're being horrible to everyone. Yeah. Because everything and everyone's an enemy.
Yeah,
their boys are getting sniped.
The forest is an enemy as well.
The forest is they're fucking punching trees as they're walking about. But one of the reasons one of the dudes said this, they were like, well, the reason we went like that is because we know, even if a civilian in a village isn't a Viet Cong sympathiser, we know they know where the fucking mines are. Because they wouldn't be able to work the field if they didn't.
Yeah, true.
So we started going harsh on them for the security of our own safety.
Yeah.
So you can see the weird madness behind it, bruv.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the war that really opened everyone's eyes to that sort of thing as well, isn't it?
To what war really is. Because at this point, people were able to tell their stories.
Yeah.
You could go back to the States and talk to Rolling Stone magazine. You could go on the radio. It would be better nowadays. Chavi's coming back with podcasts and being able to talk freely.
Fucking GoPro like we got from the Middle Eastern wars.
Yeah, that's it. We actually get to see what we don't really get to see in this horrific shit. Because if you show it to us, then you get Chelsea Manning.
Yeah. Yeah. They will cut your whole dick off.
Make you run to Russia, bro.
Yeah.
March 14th, 1968. While on a patrol, the popular Sergeant George Cox is killed by a booby trap.
Oh, fuck.
And 2 other GIs are seriously injured. In one of the first documented instances of outright aggression, frustrated and angry members of Charlie Count Company lash out while passing through a Vietnamese village. On their return to camp, troops shoot and kill a woman civilian working in a field. Just because they're fucking frustrated that their boy got shot.
She didn't run, so she must be well trained to Viet Cong.
Shout out again to Full Metal Jacket. That's got to be one of my favourite war movies.
Yeah.
I know people love Platoon, Deer Hunter.
But yeah, no, Full Metal Jacket like, makes it's eerie the whole time.
Isn't
Even
it?
in the training camp, it's fucking weird.
There's something weird vibes going on with it. And the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Lue, lue, everything. Lue, lue. The scene when the photographer's going through, interviewing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's playing the engines? We'll let the Viet Congs play the engines. Yeah. I'm John Wayne.
Is that you, John Wayne?
That's it. Fucking great film. Anyway, back to the horribleness that is coming. So that's 2 days before the My Lai massacre that happens, right?
Yeah.
These boys are pent up. They're frustrated.
You know.
March 15th, 1968. I've got some hour by hours on this timeline. It's a sick one. 10 a.m. Colonel Oran Henderson takes over the 11th Brigade, the parent unit of Task Force Barker. 1 p.m. Captain Medina, Mad Dog, and the other commanders are briefed about increased intelligence that points to a small group of villages called My Lai as the haven for the 48th Viet Cong Battalion. The intelligence will later prove faulty at best. After that, Colonel Henderson starts telling the task force, telling soldiers that the next morning they have the opportunity to meet the enemy head on. So this dude goes in and starts pumping up the boys. Yeah. Being like, oh, do you know that forest you've been fighting?
Stop shooting women. We're going to find some enemies soon.
Yeah. But I'm gonna take you to a village where the fucking enemies are.
Yeah.
So you guys can stop fucking killing civilians. But this is it. All that revenge and...
But is this trench coat saying that?
No, this is Colonel Henderson, so even higher up than Mad Dog.
Oh, nice.
A colonel's coming in being like, yo, boys, we know the spot. We know you all boys are all big mad about the trees killing you and you not being able to kill the fucking trees because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're going to take you to their house.
There's a whole bunch of dudes right down there. No trees.
They all got little huts. They're living in there.
No trees and fucking weird children for some reason. But
no civilians, honest.
Yeah.
Not one civilian.
Yeah.
you know you can trust me. Look how many shiny medals I got.
Yeah,
on my chest.
Look how fucking bright and shiny the shoulder piece is, and I also have a really cool cowboy hat. Okay, I'm with you. Are you smoking a cigar, bro? Yes.
I definitely trust him. Yeah, and he starts in that speech as well. He starts encouraging the boys, the troops, to be more aggressive. He's like, no, we need to really fucking amp it up now.
Fix bayonets, boys.
Yeah. No, literally, they did. They did fix bayonets and everything. And that afternoon, unit commanders go on a reconnaissance flight of My Lai for a village called Son Moi to scout landing zones. At 5 p.m, Captain Medina, Mad Dog, he starts addressing Charlie Company after the reconnaissance flight with orders for the following day. He starts embellishing Barker's orders even more.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and starts adding like a revenge element into the orders, being like, this is it, boys. This is actually...
Finally getting back at them for all them booby traps.
Yeah. Remember our mate, he lost his leg? This is fucking, let's go. Cigars for everyone. He tells his men that they will be outnumbered 2-1.
Yeah.
He starts really hyping them up. And he says... 280 members of the 48th are hiding outside of one of these villages in the My Lai district, telling them how they're going to be airlifted and dropped in. He's really fucking... He's massaging their egos a bit.
Yeah.
Like, this is it, boys.
This is freedom, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go give them all some fucking democracy.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Freedom seeds. March
16th, 1968. Our date in history... A sad ba-bow this week.
Yeah.
It's the day of the massacre. At 5:30 a.m, Charlie Company is ordered out of their bunks to gather gear and receive ammunition. 7:22, 9 helicopters, the first element, leave landing zone Dotty. This includes the 1st platoon led by Lieutenant Calley, fucking trench coat creep.
Dun, 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 dun.
And the 2nd platoon led by Lieutenant Stephen Brooks. While flying towards the western part of the hamlet, troops from Delta Company shoot into Sunmoy, just start shooting into the village, even though they haven't been told it's hot or cold. They just start firing in anyway.
Fuck it, boys, we're fired up.
They're proper fired up. They claim it was...
no witnesses.
They claim the purpose of the artillery fire was to clear the landing zone. But instead, it sends villagers. So also the boys have been told, by the way, there's going to be no civilians in the village.
It's 100% Viet Cong village.
They've not. The reason for that, they've said, by the time we go in, all the villagers have been going to the city market.
Oh, right,
We're going in on market day. So all the civilians are going to be gone. Anyone in the city, in the villages, is just Viet Cong. But here's the thing, that opening fire shots into the village as they're creating the landing zone, apparently it spooks the villagers and sends villagers running back off the path from the city back into the villages.
Oh shit.
Yeah. 7:30 a.m. the 1st element of helicopters lands in the paddy fields outside the village. Troops receive conflicting reports as to whether the landing zone is cold or hot.
Oh shit.
Yeah. As by 7:38, the 2nd airlift is coming in. This is Lieutenant. This includes the rest of 2nd platoon and 3rd platoon, as well as an army photographer.
Oh shit.
Is with
I
him.
bet he's got some good photos.
Oh yeah, I've seen one of the horrific photos where it's fucking horrible. It's not like any. I mean, it is nasty, but there's not any gore or anything, right? But it is like a family of Vietnamese like tied together.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bruv, and like the fucking child is screaming and shit, like
Oh,
you can
dude.
see the fear in her eyes.
Yeah.
And then they interview the photographer, and afterwards he says, as I walked away after taking that photo, I heard gunshots ring.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. This whole massacre's
Bet I
fucking
wish they had the
nasty.
Japanese now.
Yeah, mate, it's so fucked up, this massacre. It's horrible. Yeah, Lieutenant Calley, now as the 2nd helicopter group are coming in. Lieutenant Calley, the trench coat nerd, moves his men into a defensive position along the western edge of the village, securing the landing zone for the next lift. While Calley and Brooks are moving their men, several villagers attempt to leave their hiding places, and they just open fire and start shooting them.
Fuck.
7:40, Warrant Officer Thompson. Now this guy is the fucking hero of the My Lai massacre. Like, real big chavvy.
Whistleblower.
Pretty much. Like, the straight up king
He's the
whistleblower.
WikiLeaks of
He
Vietnam.
is the WikiLeaks, bro. He's a warrant officer, and he's flying around the village in his Shark, which is like a scouting chopper. Do you
Yeah.
know the choppers where it looks like they're in a bubble?
Oh right, yeah.
He's in one of them.
Oh cool.
And it's like the scouting chopper they're using to like keep an eye on the movements if they can see any Viet Cong.
Yeah.
And he actually chases about 5 armed Viet Cong in black prisoners out of one village into the jungle. Although the door gunners fire, they're unable to confirm whether they hit the Viet Cong.
Yeah.
7:47, the 2nd element of helicopters finally arrive at the landing zone outside the village. When these helicopters take off again, they report receiving fire from a hamlet. From that point onwards, the landing zone is declared hot.
So everything's up for grabs.
Everything's up for grabs now. Open fire on the villagers as you come in. After that, during the 2nd lift, Thompson and the other sharks, they spot the same Viet Cong chavies they thought they killed.
Oh, okay.
They fucking catch them again. Plap, 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 plap. And this time they get.
Nice.
7:50, 2 lead platoons from the 1st helicopter element begin moving through the village. Sergeant David Mitchell leads the 1st squad, followed by Lieutenant Calley and a squad of about 24 GIs. As they move into My Lai, the men shoot many fleeing Vietnamese. And
I haven't got enough aces, sir.
I ain't got enough playing cards.
There's only one per deck.
And they even start bayoneting them as well. So literally what you said about
Rank, isn't it?
yeah, bayoneting civilians, fleeing civilians, bayoneting them, bruv. That's fucked up. In the 20th century, geezers,
Yeah,
come
you
on,
know.
lads. Like, fucking hell. They throw hand grenades into houses
Yeah, that classic one. And burning the houses out and stuff.
and bunkers and destroy livestock and crops. Between 7:50
Got a little bit medieval.
They've gone full medieval, bruv. They're pillaging. 7:50, 8:30 a.m. Between that time, the two platoons in the village became rounding up approximately 20 to 50 civilians, mostly women, children, and old men.
Oh dear.
Pushing them along trails to a dirt road south of the village and placing them under guard. Another group of 70 civilians are moved to the same spot. So we're talking, 120 civilians moved to this one spot. Soldiers begin killing the civilians without pretext. Men are stabbed with bayonets or shot in the head. There's a worse one coming up. But one GI pushes a man down a well and throws in an M26 grenade in after him.
Fucking hell.
Over a dozen women and children praying by a temple are shot in the head by passing soldiers.
Fuck.
7:50 a.m. Captain Medina radios the operations centre and reports 15 Viet Cong have been killed. 15.
Yeah.
After they just massacred 120
Yeah, they got
civs.
120 dudes.
It's reported that 300 to 500 Vietnamese civilians are fleeing southwards toward Quang Nhai City. Squadron led by Lieutenant Lacrosse opens fire on this group and kills between 8 and 15 civilians.
Fuck.
Lieutenant Callie's platoon enters Sun Moi from the south. I fucking hate this one. I wasn't going to read it, but it's probably worth reading. Actually, no. This isn't that one, but there is one coming up like that. Lieutenant Callie's platoon enters Sun Moi from the south. In a hut, one soldier finds 3 children and a wounded woman and an old man. The soldier shoots the man in the head, later claiming it was an act of mercy. Yeah. 8:15 a.m. 2 soldiers come across a woman carrying an infant and walking with a toddler. They fire at her.
Fuck's sake.
An elderly woman is spotted running down a path with an unexploded M79 grenade lodged in her stomach.
Oh.
Yeah. Here you go. This is the one I wasn't going to read, but it's too fucking late now. I've mentioned it. One soldier forces a woman around the age of 20 to perform oral sex on him while holding a gun to a 4-year-old child's head.
Fuck.
These boys...
That's proper Vietnam. They weren't joking when they made them films, were they?
Nah, bruv. Like, this massacre is fucking...
Pure fucking incel rage.
It's October 7th, and it's what is happening after October 7th and what Israel are doing on the other side.
Yeah.
It's...
Tag teamed.
It's fucking horrible, bruv. 8:30 a.m. Captain Medina reports to Lieutenant Colonel Barker that 84 enemy have been killed.
What?
Yeah. Barker radios the information to the Tactical Operations Centre. The group of civilians that have been herded to the south of the village are all shot by the soldiers guarding them. These soldiers then round up more civilians from inside the village and move them to a ditch. A fire squad is left guarding the people in the ditch, a number that has grown to be about 50. The squads led by Sergeant Mitchell and Sergeant Baker move east of the ditch and set up a defensive perimeter, further entrapping the people in the ditch.
Oh, mate.
Lieutenant Brooks' 2nd Platoon fans out across the western part of the village. As they move through the village, they shoot down fleeing civilians, keeping no detainees. During this pass, approximately 50 to 100 civilians are killed. At least 2 rapes are committed.
Fucking hell.
8:45 a.m. This is all happening in the morning. This is before breakfast, bro.
Yeah, you know. Before they even had a chance to go to market.
Bruv, no one's had a coffee. Do you know what I mean?
Mate.
The 3rd Platoon moves into Sun Moi and begins to burn and destroy homes, killing the remaining livestock and destroy crops and foodstuffs. They shoot and kill a group of 7 to 12 women and children. On his way back, now this is where Thompson starts fucking being a boy. I mentioned earlier about one geezer being a fucking hero.
Bubble copper.
Yeah, bubble copper. On his way to a landing zone, Dotty, to refuel, Warrant Officer Thompson spots a group of wounded Vietnamese citizens south of My Lai. He marks their position with smoke grenades and radios soldiers on the ground to provide medical assistance. According to Lieutenant Colonel Barker, however, the message is 8 or 9 dinks with web gear. So 8 or 9 Viet Cong with fucking weapons. And he directs Captain Medina to recover the equipment.
Fuck.
9 a.m. Lieutenant Callie, trenchcoat nerd, reaches the drainage ditch into which the civilians have been herded to. and gives the orders to start killing them. Within 10 minutes, all are shot down by members of the 1st platoon. Witnesses to the shooting report anywhere between 100 and 150 Vietnamese shot in this ditch. None of the Vietnamese are armed.
This is fucking insane, isn't it?
It's
surrounded a village and only killed civilians basically this far.
Yeah. And not just killed civilians.
Yeah, raped up a storm, tied them up.
Went mental.
Burnt their fucking temples and their houses down.
Shot them while they're praying.
Yeah.
Coming back from his refueling spot, Warrant Officer Thompson sees the people who he noticed previously as being injured are all now shot dead. 9:15 a.m. Thompson's helicopter moves to the eastern side of the village, where he can see dozens of bodies in the irrigation ditch, some still twitching and moving.
Oh, God.
Thompson decides to intervene. In an unsanctioned manoeuvre, Thompson lands their helicopter on the east ditch, confronts the sergeant, but the officer says the only way he could help these people was to put them out of their misery. After seeing the destruction to both property and civilians inside of the village, Captain Medina radios Lieutenant Brooks of the 2nd platoon to stop the killing. So even Mad Dog's starting to feel guilty.
Yeah.
This ceasefire order is never given to the 1st and 3rd platoons.
Fuck.
Who continue killing for the next hour.
Jesus.
Medina's Charlie Company group moves into the village from the south and interrogates an old man. The old man tells them that, there were 30 to 40 Viet Cong staying here overnight, but they left before your assault began.
Yeah.
9:20 a.m. Minutes after Warrant Officer Thompson takes flight from the east ditch of Sun, his crew witnesses a sergeant shooting people in a ditch. 9:40 a.m. The crew of Thompson's observation helicopter watches as a small group of soldiers approach a young woman lying wounded on the ground. Thompson had previously marked this woman with smoke as injured.
Yeah.
A captain walks up to the woman, steps on her with his foot and shoots her in the head.
Fucking.
The captain is later identified as Mad Dog Medina.
Oh no, he's got turned.
9:45 a.m. Thompson flies to the northeast corner of the village, where a small group of 12 to 15 women and children are seeking refuge in a homemade bomb shelter. They are pursued by members of Charlie Company's 2nd platoon.
Shit.
So Thompson's literally watching some Marines chase down a family into a bunker.
Yeah.
Thompson lands his craft between Charlie Company and the civilians and radios some gunships that he needs help. He then tells his helicopter crew to point their guns at the men of Charlie Company.
Yeah.
So point your fucking guns at these Marines. Fuck these guys.
That's it. It's the only way to, literally the only way to stop it.
Yeah. And it tells if Charlie Company opens fire on any of the civilians, fucking mow them down.
Yeah.
Jumping out of his helicopter.
Jumping
out of his helicopter, Thompson confronts Lieutenant Stephen Brooks, who offers no assistance, while Thompson coaxes the civilians out of the bunker and onto his own little Shark helicopter.
Yeah.
This Thompson geezer...
Yeah, he's actually a boy, isn't he?
He's a fucking hero, bruv.
Yeah.
He's seeing the mess that his own teammates are committing. He's like, the fuck is going on? It starts coming in like a real hero, bruv.
Yeah.
Like actual Superman on a war zone. Like...
Everyone else was in that cult behaviour, weren't they? The mob mentality.
Mob mentality. And then this one geezer's like, what
Yeah, when you actually see it from the sky, it's
that's
fucked.
it.
Yeah.
He's not in the mob.
Yeah.
He's not a part of the mob. He's watching. He's a scout.
Yeah.
And he's, fucking holding a mirror up to these boys like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
9:50 a.m. Thompson begs the other gunships to land and help rescue more civilians. Medivac pilots Dan Millions and Brian Livingston land their Sharks and fly 9 or 10 civilians 4 miles away towards Quang Ngai City. 10 a.m. Jeffrey Lacrosse and 3rd Platoon continues killing. They gather a group of 10 women and children. Fucking hell. A few soldiers begin to sexually abuse a 15-year-old Vietnamese girl. Just after Army photographer Sergeant Ron Hobble takes a picture of the group, they are shot down and killed. That's that part I told you about.
Shit.
Captain Medina and Lieutenant Lacrosse meet at the edge of the village. During the conversation, some command group members stray off and kill several wounded Vietnamese civilians. Yeah, man. Some dude shoots himself in the foot, and then this is how this is actually a good point to make. 10:20, Private Herbert Carter shoots himself in the foot while trying to clear his pistol. Yeah. 10:25, 5 minutes later, he's evacuated by a helicopter. So these boys are going around doing this all to civilians. Thompson's marking civilians like, this person needs saving.
Oh, right.
They're
so he
just
didn't mark
massacring
that
them.
fucking
But
retard
one
with the pistol.
dude who shot his foot gets medevaced within 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. They weren't listening to the commands. They were just doing what they wanted.
Yeah.
Jesus.
11 a.m. Captain Medina and his command group enter My Lai and walk through the village. After they reach the edge, Medina orders a lunch break for the entire company.
Fuck me.
Yeah, bruv. They claim 90 enemy killed,
Well, there's only 30 there.
but estimate 347 to 507 civilians killed.
Fucking hell.
Right. 11:50 a.m. Thompson's aircraft arrives back at landing zone Dotty. Thompson tells his section leader, Captain Barry Lloyd, what he had seen. Thompson confronts the company commander, Major Fred Watke, in the aviation section operation van. Major Watke passes the information on to Lieutenant Colonel Barker, who radios Major Charles Calhoun to find out what is happening on the ground and put an end to it. If you remember, Lieutenant Colonel Barker is the dude who turned up and
he's
started
like,
egging
get
up the
everyone.
boys.
Yeah, all Viet Cong.
That's it. Still in the field, Charlie Company by 1:30, join Bravo Company. They take a large group of civilians and takes 8 to 10 young Vietnamese with them for interrogation. They continue basically all the way through this for about 3 days, just doing fucking horrific shit
Holy
like this
shit.
over a bunch of villages in the My Lai area.
And Barker hasn't called it off or anything yet.
Barker hasn't called it off yet, but despite the fact that on the first day Thompson told him about it.
Yeah.
10 p.m. back at landing zone Dotty, Major Watke reports the allegations of Warrant Officer Thompson and other soldiers, so not just Thompson's calling it now, and other soldiers to Lieutenant John L. Holliday. But the orders continue, like I said, throughout the next day. It still continues. And it's not until March 18th, 2 days later, that Warrant Officer Thompson is called in to report to Colonel Henderson, and he describes and tells Colonel Henderson about it. But Colonel Henderson doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, doesn't give a fuck, to the point where after the meeting, Thompson is described as being furious at Henderson's lack of concern and throws his pilot wings to the ground. But does the whole rips off his fucking badge and throws it to the ground shit.
He's a boy.
Yeah, Thompson's a fucking king, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's alive in these interviews I've watched.
Oh, is
and
he?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's still about. He's an absolute fucking hero. Absolute geezer of a bloke. And then, so the worst part of all this horrific atrocity, it is entirely kept and hidden from everyone until November 17th, a year later.
Holy fuck.
November 17th, 1969, the New York Times runs a story that quotes survivors of the My Lai massacre who claim over 567 Vietnamese men, women and children were killed by American soldiers.
Wild.
That's the My Lai massacre.
Now I don't feel that bad about them fucking spitting on them at the airport and shit.
Right? Like the shit that the veterans got when they came back, huh? It's fucked up, isn't it? Now, like, after learning about something like the My Lai massacre, you can see why the culture turned against the soldiers
100%.
and the veterans.
Yeah.
When you look at it just at that massacre, there was a lot more going on than those 3 days. It would be nice if we could just find out when Charlie Company was coming home and give them shit, rather than giving shit to everyone. Because I'm sure there were a lot more people in the US Army with Thompson's mentality,
100%,
than there were with that lieutenant's mentality. I can't even remember that cunt's name. And his name's not even worth repeating. Whereas
Trenchcoat boy.
Trenchcoat fucking nerd. Whereas Thompson's a hero and a king. A true fucking Chad, bruv.
Chad of the sky.
Chad of the sky, bruv.
The dragonfly.
Turning on an entire company of your own boys and being like, fucking what are
And
you
also
doing?
seeing their fucking psychos and going down to confront them.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Isn't it badass?
Fucking...
He's literally seeing an entire platoon go mental with guns, and then he's coming in from the sky being like, what are you doing, dickheads?
Yeah, and an unarmed chopper as well.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance chopper.
Absolute king, bruv. But that's the My Lai massacre. It's fitting that while we've been doing this podcast, the sun's set and the room's got darker.
Yeah, it's just getting darker and darker the worse shit you said.
I know.
It's like you're turning grey. Okay, it's the light.
But yeah, guys, sorry to put a downer on you listening to this episode, but that was the My Lai massacre.
It was.
And it is quite sad that now the face-swapped image of us is us as US soldiers. But
yeah, true. We should have got ourselves some tied up family. Or is that more disrespectful?
I think that's more disrespectful, bruv.
But it's like this was the first big PTSD thing as well. Like it used to be shell shock.
Yeah.
Where it's like the bombs would scare you, and then like everyone knew the war was honourable.
Yeah.
But now when shit like this was happening, they were coming back twisted and ended up homeless and fucked up.
Yeah, and going mental. And you can see why. If they were...
Yeah.
I'm sure, and I know, again, I literally said a second ago, there was a lot more to this war than those 3 days.
But there must have been little patches of this everywhere. Maybe not 3-day massacres.
No.
But little ones were like, we just won, should we fuck about?
Well, there's probably incidences like we mentioned just before the My Lai massacre, where 2 days before it, where their mate got killed, the sergeant got killed.
Out for revenge and
they just walked through a village and went, fuck this bitch, poof, and shot the woman.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure that happened daily.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's fucked up, bruv. Real
the reality of war.
And we're about to get a nice little bit of World War III. So, guys, if you're out there, don't be committing no melee massacres during World War III.
Yeah.
Otherwise, me and your boy is going to turn up on a chopper and be like,
remember the kingdom of Jerusalem, bruv. It lays before you.
We'll be rocking up in our scout chopper, in our little bubble chopper. And we'll be telling you off.
Paddy's Day, boy.
Happy St. Paddy's Day, boy.